Hi, I'm Linda Mihara, and today I'm going to show you how to do one of my absolute favorite folds. It's this high heel shoe designed by Makoto Yamaguchi. Let's get
Right.
started.
Now we want to have the color side face down, and we're going to fold it in half into a triangle. All right, okay. We're going to unfold. Let's rotate it. Fold the other triangle. And then unfold. Okay. So now you've got your, oops, this fold. And, all right. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take this point here and just bring it to the center. Okay. Just bring that to the center like this. And now we're going to turn it over to the back side. So turn the model over. What we want to do is bring this edge to meet this center line. When you do that, this flap comes out. Okay. So you want to grab the folded edge, lift it up. This point will come out. And then you want to bring that edge to meet that crease like this. Okay. So let that fly out there. And then now we're going to take it and turn it over to the back side. We want to take this edge and we want to fold this up at the limit so that it continues along the edge of the triangle here. When you do that, you want to line up this here with the outside. So this makes a right angle here and then fold. So the fold should be starting from this point here where the triangle is. Bring that flap up. It'll stop right here. There's a layer that just gets folded there. So it's not going to go any further than that. Okay. That'll tell you where it needs to be. And then just make sure this outside is lined up. Okay. And we're going to do the same for the other side. So again, we're taking this part and we're bringing it up. The goal being it's going to end right along this part of the triangle. And this bottom edge lines up with this outside edge. Okay. So it should be a nice clean, this is the front of the shoe. So you want to make sure that this is nice and clean right in here. So now that we have this, we're going to take, and here's the bottom of the shoe here, or the front of the shoe. We're going to take this edge and bring it to meet the center line, kind of like a paper airplane fold. Okay. So you're going to bring that in. So it's going to end at the point. So if you want a nice pointed shoe, make sure that that's a nice accurate point there, because we're going to do both sides. So now we're going to take this side and bring that to meet the center. Okay. So now let's turn this over to the other side. And you'll see that there's a little pocket here. Let's rotate the model. And if you watch this before you do it, it'll help. We're going to fold this whole thing in half lengthwise, but we're not folding the tip of the shoe. So it's these two flaps that join together. So you want to bring this together. You can kind of line up the corners here and then start from the outside when you fold. So you line this up, start from the outside, and you want to pinch your way in so it goes inside the front of the shoe. Okay. But you don't want to fold this part here. So it looks like this, right? Okay. Looks like that from the top and looks like this from the side. Okay. Okay, so now the next step is we want to take this layer here and we want to bring it up between this and this layer. So what I do and what I recommend is, let's see, we're going to start by, you need to kind of lift this up and grab these two, you know, just kind of hold them together, right? Like that. So pull this up and then get these two layers together and hold it like that. Because now what we're going to do is we're going to bring this up to meet this fold line. Okay. So if you watch this, then you know what we're doing. We're going to bring it up and I kind of line it up. You see how I line it up with that fold. And then you go ahead and release this and then go ahead and fold this, fold both layers. And make sure that that's a nice strong crease too, as far in as you can reach. Okay. Okay. So the next step is we need to start narrowing the front of the shoe. Best way to do this is now we want to open it up from the bottom. Let's open it up from the bottom. Keep this kind of intact. And what we want to do is fold, let's see, from the back, from here. Okay, here's a fold line here. Okay. So here's your fold line from this new flap that we created. We want to take this outside edge. So orient your model like this so the tip of the shoe is on the right here. So on the left side here, you see this edge? We want to make a paper airplane fold. Basically, we're taking this edge and we're bringing it to meet that fold here. So if you watch that, you want to grasp both layers of paper. And it starts from this outer point here. And it just goes all along that fold. Okay. So it looks like that. And then we have to make a second one. So take now this new edge, take this new edge and fold that up to meet this fold line like this. Okay. Good idea to use your creasing tool here. And then now we want to repeat that on this other side. So I'm going to rotate my model. I'm going to rotate my model. So now the front of the shoe is to my left. And we're going to take this outer edge and bring it to meet that fold line down the center. And then taking that edge and folding it up again.
11.
Okay. It should look like that. And then what we want to do is bring those layers together, bring everything together so it looks like that. We have two more folds on this, which is really great. So let's go ahead and put the model on the table. Now you see this edge here, you have two flaps here. Take the top flap and this edge is going to come to meet this bottom edge here. So it's going to be like, so this whole edge, so it's going to end at this point, right? And then that whole side comes down. So it looks just like this, right? You have your flap. Okay. And then let's turn it over to the other side. So let's turn over the model. And now fold that edge down to meet the bottom. This is our heel. Okay. So we have both sides folded. And then the final step. So as you're looking at your shoe, let's take this, let's make a valley fold down. And if you look at the profile of this shoe, you can kind of figure out this, the heel should be straight up and perpendicular to the line of the bottom of the shoe. Does that make sense? Am I using the correct term? So you want to make that fold so that it looks like this when it's standing, right? So give that a good crease. and then unfold it. And now we're going to open up the layers from the top. And using that crease that you've made, we're just going to reverse the direction so that it creates a mountain fold using that crease that you've created. So we're going to open the model, and this kind of opens up this way. And then you fold it back along that crease that you've made. And that is your, it should look like this on the top and that from the side. So that's all the folding. So at this point, what I do is take your, just kind of the point of the shoe here. I find that you have to, if you push it up just a little bit so that this really kind of comes to a point, this is rounded right in here, but then it should stand real nicely.
Thank you for joining me for this great class on the high heel shoe. Happy folding.